Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a face cam video. But figured there's no time like the present. The title of the video is quite plain. It's Star Wars. It should be no secret to anyone on this channel or anyone who knows me that I'm a massive Star Wars fan. What is probably a secret is that in my work at college, I'm currently trying to build a resume and experience to hopefully one day work for Lucasfilm and design some of the new Star Wars content coming out. Will it happen? Will it not? I'm not sure. I'm not reading off a script right now. I'm here to give my genuine thoughts to an atmosphere that is currently happening in the Star Wars community. Some of you probably have seen Star Wars Theories, I can't remember what it's called. Genuinely don't remember what it's called. His podcast, besides the name. It has been reported from multiple sources that Disney, I'm actually going to stream this news. It's been reported that, that was a great thing to just go on. Anyways, Star Wars, Disney reportedly wants Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm to stop announcing new projects. Now, I listened to the podcast, I listened to the live stream, and I listened to like the theories of them talking about like, oh, it's because so much stuff has been announced and there has been nothing coming from it through fruition or whatever. While I do agree with this sentiment, I do believe that Kathleen Kennedy has made some decisions that hurt the Star Wars fan base a lot. Especially when it comes to games, with some of the stories, and apparently a recent Star Wars film that's going to include sequel characters is going to be is just like right after Star Wars Celebration started getting writers' room together. I'm not here to say Star Wars bad. Star Wars is the best thing ever and can't do no wrong. Here's just my take, because I am a Star Wars fan, and hopefully one day I hope to be a creator of Star Wars. As you might have noticed from my Kenobi video, which probably was a polarizing video for some people coming to my channel for the first time, whatever, that was my opinion. With this, I want to start taking an active role in Star Wars content. So while I'm going to be releasing normal, crappy whatever I want to make content on Fridays, hopefully expanding that to my friends, I want to be doing that every Friday. That's the new release schedule. Every Friday is going to be a new upload. What I also want to start doing is that when there's Star Wars news that I feel like needs to be talked about, I'm going to post about this and do this in this like unique sort of fashion. This first one is quite literally just an announcement video, but also I wanted to talk about this issue. In the future, if there are big news like this again, and I feel like I want to put my take out there, then I'm going to get in this setting, put a camera in front of me, and record it. I'm currently recording this at 11 p.m. I have a 8 a.m. lecture tomorrow. So we're doing great. Disney reportedly has asked Kathleen Kennedy to stop announcing new projects. Do I think that this is a product of how Star Wars has been handled in the last few years? Yes, I do. I do believe that there's a lot of hype around Star Wars, but none of it goes anywhere. There's a lot of, I remember right after Rise of Skywalker, there's one YouTube who was very, very clickbaity, I will say. But he was talking about this new Star Wars project with like Hayden Christensen, with Adam Driver. Yeah, Adam Driver. I almost called him Ben Driver for a second. Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley with this crazy like story with the sequels, and that never happened. The Rian Johnson trilogy not happening, and apparently the Taika Waititi, I can't pronounce his name. I've tried so many times, I can't do it. Even that trilogy seems to either not be happening or it's not in the forefront of everything. Obviously, with the past few years, we've been focusing on mainstream Star Wars content, and the Lego series for some reason has carried the Star Wars trilogy of the sequels along. Moving on to why I think Disney made this move. I think it's because there's been a lot of projects announced that just haven't come to fruition. How I think this can be fixed: a community manager. Because Kathleen Kennedy directly interacting with us is not working. And there are some people who do recognize that. Kevin Feige is really good with like interacting with his Marvel audience, except for that one time he destroyed a bunch of his office because he was upset about a film. Anyways, now with regards with the new Star Wars movie coming out, just getting a writer's room assembled, there's been a lot of calls for desperation that they don't know what they're doing. I think some of this is a byproduct of people's lack of faith in not the fans, but a lack of faith in new directors. In the past, we've gotten J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, all of these crazy big time directors that had an on-screen pissing match between each other, and that is what the sequel trilogy is. Going off of the sequel trilogy, I think that Star Wars needs to stop relying on big time directors that don't understand the franchise. That is why Dave Filoni is such a commodity. Because if you look at this, I'm gonna link him in the description, but I'm also gonna put him right below me. It's probably gonna be right here. But there was a documentary done on the Clone Wars where Dave Filoni was a nobody before Clone Wars. Nobody heard of him. He was working on Avatar. That's about it. Flash forward through Clone Wars, he's probably one of the most renowned names you hear in Star Wars. His name is probably most synonymous with modern day Star Wars because of his work on The Mandalorian, Book of Boba, all that other stuff. I think that we need to stop thinking about directors in that fashion. In that podcast, I heard there was a new director who was taking, I can't remember if it was a movie or if it was a show or something like that, but he was taking the role of a director in Star Wars, and the mention was that he's directed only 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, therefore he's a nobody.
Episodes of Miss Marvel isn't going to make me jump for joy.
No, it's absolutely an underwhelming pick by any normal standard. Yeah.
If you tell me you directed The Gladiator, I'll be like, holy shit. Yes.
Yeah, Ridley Scott, are you kidding me? Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, this is essentially, you could say, if you were trying to be super polite, an up-and-comer. I think the reality is a nobody. Sure. You know what I mean?
I put that clip in because I don't want to seem accusative. I enjoyed the podcast. I liked it. I tuned in for pretty much all of it. And I was very intrigued to hear the new Star Wars update coming in. What I disagreed with was this. Star Wars isn't meant for people who are big-time film directors and who are just wanting to get into it to expand their portfolio. I also have a severe fear of multiple directors being chosen over a set period of storytelling because their visions are going to differ. Hence in the Book of Boba. Hence in Book of Boba, when Dave Filoni took 2 episodes, which is essentially was just Mandalorian season 3, and then you have Jon Favreau, who is directing the first part of Book of Boba, and it wasn't going that well. Regardless of how people received Book of Boba, there was very 2 differing storylines coming from it. At the end, they did do a good job of wrapping it all up, but I just did not like the 2 overarching storylines. There was way too much happening in that show that could have been explained in a couple different shows. I definitely probably would have liked to see a Luke and Baby Yoda show and have the finale be the whole Grogu shirt thing. But other than that, I just didn't like the storylines. So that's my 2 gripes. And that's what I think is happening with Star Wars right now is the faith in big time directors, the lack of willing to take risk with a new director or a new producer, and then also at the same time relying too much on the mainstream. High Republic is doing pretty good right now. It's a book, so like many mainstream Star Wars fans are not reading it, myself included, because it's a book. I came in because of the films and the shows. Make a film or show about High Republic, please. This is my cry to you guys. I don't want to read a book. I want to watch something. I'm getting really off topic now because, again, I don't have a script in front of me right now. Like, I'll show you my screen. Like, there is no script. There is nothing here. I am literally just looking at this right now while looking at the camera and talking to you guys. There is no script. I'm just shouting out my thoughts. So if it's a bit unconcise or lack of direction, that's on me. That's fully on me. I should have written a script for this, but I wanted to get this out there before the news went too quick. Now, the Star Wars fan base is very, very divided on people who love the sequels, people who love the prequels, people who are faithfully attracted to the original trilogy. And I feel like we're all missing an essential piece. And I think it's a piece that moms have been saying for the longest time. Star Wars is for kids, for 12-year-old boys. This is the one thing I really disagree with George Lucas. And I really am excited to see Dave Filoni embrace the concept of Star Wars is for everyone. It's for me. It's for you. It's for your mom. It's for your girlfriend. It's for your just friends. It's for your friend zone girlfriend. It's for your weird uncle. It's for your aunt. My aunt loves Star Wars. It's for everyone. It doesn't matter race, gender, sexuality, sexual identification. It doesn't matter who you are. Star Wars is for you. It's a story for the people. And as much as people try to say it's for 12-year-old boys, it's straight up not. If you look far back as the original trilogy, Star Wars was designed as a political commentary on Vietnam. If you look in the early 2000s, the prequel trilogy was a political commentary on the current climate of American politics. If you look at even the sequel trilogy, this one's a little bit more hard because they lack direction and an overall message, but that's not a now thing. Even the sequels had a message of their political commentary on everything that was happening in the world at that time. Did it handle it correctly? Not important right now. But still, Star Wars is for everyone. And I hate people that think that it's not, because it defines a lack of understanding of the story for these people. Everyone needs to start looking at it through a different lens. Yes, certain time periods are going to be more enjoyed by somebody. I am addicted to the Clone Wars era. Any Clone Wars era stuff I will be viciously glued to because I grew up with that stuff. Anything original trilogy fans are religiously attached to, that's the stuff they grew up with. A lot of kids today grew up with the sequel trilogy. That's what they're attached to. We're all different and we're all gonna like different things. And that's what I originally loved about Star Wars. Some of it could be for you, some of it could not. It doesn't matter because that story is meant for someone else. I accepted that Book of Boba was for people who enjoyed Star Wars in a different way than me. Same with Andor. I love Andor, I think it's great, but the overall message I don't think is for necessarily me. It's for other people. But even then, there's still tie-ins to Star Wars is for everyday people. And that's what I really love about the franchise. And that's what I feel like fans and creators miss. That's what I want to say with this stuff. If you get a nobody director who knows the franchise, I'm going to point out Deborah Chow. I've never heard of Deborah Chow before Kenobi. And I was blown away with the cinematography, with the lack of lighting. that's a meme that I'll get into, but it's hilarious. I love it. But also the story. I know that I don't know if she was directly involved in the story, but she fleshed it out in such a good way. The lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Vader, even without the Battle of Mustafar playing in the background, or Battle of the Heroes playing in the background, I still was emotionally attached to that fight. And at the end, when Anakin says, "Anakin's gone, I'm what remains," and you see the blue lightsaber coming over him, and then when he says, "I will destroy you, Obi-Wan," and the red lightsaber comes over him, that was a fantastic moment. That defines Star Wars in that moment. And Deborah Chow knows Star Wars. I think the backlash with Reva, unwarranted, because the concept was cool. Is some of the acting a little shoddy? Yes, but that does not elicit the ability to be racist or hurtful to the actress. Same with little Leia. She loves Star Wars, and she really captivated that Leia that we all know and love. She did it fantastic. So bottom line is, I don't think that we need to rely on big-timey, this person did this person did that thing. At the end of the day, we need somebody who knows Star Wars. We need somebody who understands it and understands the fans. And I do think that Lucasfilm should definitely put out a listing for a community manager for their stuff to go out. Because right now, releasing all this stuff all at once is appalling. It's not working, and that's my take on it. So hopefully this was just me stating my opinion, talking about the news that happened tonight. There's a lot still developing with it. If I want to make another video on this, it'll be a Monday release. I might make this a Saturday or Sunday release, depending on what I want to do, like a Star Wars Sunday or Star Wars Saturday type deal if I want to be cringy or something. But that's essentially my take on it. I just wanted to sit in front of a camera, talk about the news that had just happened, and then give my genuine thoughts. So I want to thank you all if you watched the end of this. If you guys want to like, comment, or subscribe, go for it. Shameless self-plug time. I'm going to be definitely doing more Star Wars content in the future, but if you're also here for my normal content, I'm not going to default directly to a Star Wars channel because I don't think that's going to work, but also at the same time, everyone's different. I want to make sure that there's overlapping content for whatever I can do. With that being said, I want to thank you all again so much for watching. If you want to drop a like, leave a comment. If you agree, if you don't want to agree, I'd be more than happy to talk with anyone about this. Star Wars is a very passionate subject for me. So if you want to have a discussion, even if you want to talk to me about how much you love it, how much you hate it, I don't care. Talk to me about it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day. It's night where I'm recording this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.